All right, let's talk Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. Back to a normal Ravens performance. Last week was a bit weird. This week, well, it actually did start off slow, ultimately able to dominate the Cleveland Browns. Let's start off with the slow start. Again, I'm starting off the play where they're still up 10-0. Their defense didn't have much of any issues against Joe Flacco, but offense was a little bit slow moving. Even the touchdown was on a short field. This was kind of a lot of what Cleveland was doing on this 3rd down and 8. Baltimore's going to take the snap. You see it's a designed quick pitch to, or not a pitch, it's a passing play, but it's designed to, try and get your running back open in the flat right here. But you see Cleveland's just all over it. They were defending down the field well, forcing Lamar to have to get rid of the ball quickly or, throw underneath. And also when the Ravens would try these design plays, it seemed like the Browns were just kind of ready for it. Here, that play ultimately does not end up working out for Baltimore as Justice Hill is knocked out of bounds. They have to punt the ball away, so we definitely saw that with the slow start. But once things got going, it really did get going. First, let's actually rewind a little bit and go just a few minutes earlier in the game, 11 minutes left. This is going to be, like I said, short field. They got, this is only the second play of the drive. It's man coverage, and really what the Ravens did very effectively is what the Ravens always do very effectively. It's play action, even against man coverage. When Lamar, runs this play action, again, on a 2nd and 1, they love to run play action, force you to try and stop the run, see if they can get a shot. Right here, that's exactly what they have. Receiver is open past the defensive back. And again, that was the defensive formation. Even if the defensive back didn't come in looking to try and potentially stop the run, just given where he had to line up, because it might have been a run, was kind of what allowed that play to work, allows you to get past the defense and make a big play. This play's another one where it's going to be zone coverage this time that the Cleveland Browns are in. This is right at the start of the 3rd quarter. Again, 10-3. This is still very much a game at this point, but they're going to run a play action, have Mark Andrews try and push the safety deep. So play action moves the linebackers in, Andrews moves the safety deep, and then you have another receiver running a more over the middle route. That's Zay Flowers. Watch as when this begins, everyone's just executing the offense very effectively. You see Flowers, I'm not actually even sure if he's supposed to stop on that route. That might have just been him reading the play and stopping because the safety kind of moved in a little bit. I'm not exactly sure, but either way, him and Lamar are on the same page. Watch as Flowers makes the catch and actually ducks underneath a defender, able to pick up a couple of extra yards on top of it. So yeah, this is the Ravens when they are at their best, right? It is being able to make these simple plays, make it look easy. I kind of feel like sometimes people, will say in the Josh Allen versus Lamar debate, like, oh, it's so much easier for Lamar. But I don't know if that's fully true, because Lamar is still doing a lot with the threat of himself. Part of why play actions work so well is because you have to be wary of a potential Lamar Jackson run or a Derrick Henry run, of course, too. It kind of builds on itself and makes these throws a little bit easier, and it's also very well timed by Lamar to hit it when it's as open as possible. But also, let's go over here. If you want to say he only hits the easy stuff, well, clearly you did not watch this football game. 2nd down and 7. Early on in the 3rd quarter, Lamar Jackson takes the snap, and you're going to see, well blocked for the most part. I mean, they put 2 guys on Myles Garrett. That's what you got to do. Lamar's going to go back, and again, if this was 20 years ago and you see a quarterback 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage, you're thinking, what are you doing? But this is a new era, right? Watch Lamar. He's going to run and throw this off balance. It's just a one-on-one matchup. This is a true, F it, DeAndre Hopkins is down there somewhere play. Yes, that's DeAndre Hopkins. Watch Hopkins locate the ball and make the grab. Hopkins and Lamar Jackson have developed this chemistry that is super exciting if you're a Baltimore Ravens fan. Hopkins is the guy who was not able to do a lot with the Kansas City Chiefs last year. We were wondering if he's washed. I mean, we weren't just wondering. Pretty much everyone just felt as though he was washed. So the fact that he's coming through and being able to make some nice plays, it's really cool stuff. It really is. Moving over here, so this is going to be a 4th down and goal play. They're deciding to go for it, which up 10 points. Again, I'm not sure how many coaches would be doing this against a team like the Cleveland Browns, but you know what? A lot better to be up 17 than 13. Make it a 3-score game. Going to be a design rollout. Lamar's going to take the snap, and nothing's going to get wide open here, right? I mean, every throw you make, honestly, nothing's really open at all for a 4th down and goal. That's probably the best situation here, right? But obviously, the issue is that Cleveland player right there is creating traffic for it. So while, 81 for Baltimore. That's Walker. While he's doing a good job at winning his own one-on-one matchup, you just have traffic. So what does Lamar do to counter that traffic? Watch him step in, which draws that linebacker away. Then he can throw over, throws ball on the run. They pick up a first down. That is just added value right there, right? A regular quarterback is not converting that play. Lamar Jackson not only converts it, but makes it look easy on top of it. It's just incredible stuff by him. This play, another one where, again, this was weirdly still a game. Like, it felt like the Ravens were going to win basically from the word go, but also, like, it is a 10-point game on a 3rd and 13 with a minute and 22 seconds left. Like, if they don't convert, maybe the Browns are able to pick up, some points on the next possession. Now it's a one-score game in the fourth quarter. Lamar Jackson's going to take the snap. Again, not a ton open, but he's able to move in front, able to kind of get around a couple guys. There is another defensive lineman who's going to try and come in and see if he can make a play. Watch Lamar Jackson, like, while avoiding that pressure, keeps his eyes downfield and is able to have the strength to get the ball all the way down there. Again, this is superstar level stuff. This is why the guy's a 2-time MVP and might win more before his career is over. In fact, I think if you had to guess, he would win more before his career is over. Like, the ability to, while avoiding all that pressure, still keep your eyes downfield. It's like how in Madden, when sometimes you can do that because it's like not that difficult of looking downfield and looking at where your players are because it's all on one screen. It's a lot harder to do it in real life, but Lamar Jackson, he looks like he's playing Madden out there sometimes. And also this play, let's end with another DeAndre Hopkins play. Why don't we? I have to say, though, I feel like this isn't something we've seen with the Ravens offense a ton of. It's always lethal at working over the middle, and the addition of Derrick Henry kind of makes it even more lethal at that. But this is really a one-on-one matchup on the outside, which is always available because the fact that you can only play single safety deep against Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. But traditionally, even the best receivers the Ravens have, like as good as Zay Flowers is, he's more of an over-the-middle guy, right? Like, he can win on the outside. Bateman can win on the outside. That's just not their specialty. Well, Lamar Jackson takes a snap, and you know whose specialty it has been over the course of his career? DeAndre Hopkins. So Lamar Jackson, again, up 24 with 5 minutes left. This might just simply be let's see what we can do here, right? It's not like it's wide open or anything, but like there's a bit of a window that a perfect throw and a great catch can make this work. And honestly, this isn't even a perfect throw. It's a bit more to the inside than you'd like, but Hopkins is able to, again, be strong enough to kind of body out the corner he's going up against. He gets the touchdown there, and that was the final points of the game. 41-17 was the final. So yeah, listen, it's just the Cleveland Browns, but ultimately, I mean, this Ravens team, they scored 40 points last week, and ultimately it wasn't enough to win, but another 40 points this week. I think if they score 40 points every week, they're probably going to win a lot of football games. That's my analysis here. Makes you think, too, if they just won last week, how we'd be talking about them as though they're unstoppable. Good win for them, especially for the morale and everything. But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.